You're listening to the PRO Media Network, the next level in entertainment.
On the PRO Media Network.
What's up, fam? What's going on, family? How y'all doing tonight? You're now tuned in to Ring King's Boxing World, man. For the true boxing fan, for the true fight fan that's going down epic proportions. In this episode, this installment will be recapping the Fury and Wilder #2 heavyweight championship that turned out to be quite one-sided, if you ask me, in this one, man. Total decimation. The Gypsy King came in. He talked a lot of you know what, but boy, did he back it up, and he just made Wilder look like he didn't even belong in the ring that night. So we'll recap this on this current episode of Ring King Boxing with my boxing expert and top contributor, Eddie Too Mean Johnson. What's going on, Eddie?
Yo, what's good, man?
Everything, bro. Everything good. We seen the fight here. A lot of people were surprised by the outcome here, as man, it was as the Gypsy King came in this one, man, and just literally said that he was gonna knock Deontay Wilder out in the second round. A lot of people scoffed at it. He didn't do it in the second. He did it in the seventh, but it was a TKO stoppage with Deontay's cornerman literally throwing in the towel. But, man, Deontay was discombobulated for most of this fight. Tyson landed a series of shots upside his head, and they hit him right in the ear. And of course, his eardrum probably was bust and bruised. He was bleeding profusely out of his ear. He was spitting out blood before his ear was busted. And we kind of thought that he might have suffered a broken jaw in the matchup. So we're trying to see if we could find any information pertaining to Wilder going to the hospital and if any reports of that. So I'll kind of brief the family if I find anything during the show. But in this episode of Ring King's Boxing, you know, we will get into it. We'll recap it. We have interviews from both fighters coming up on what happened. We'll also have commentary to break down this fight. So without further ado, we'd like to welcome you and thank you for joining us on Ring King's Boxing World. Please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber, please feel free to subscribe as we continue to bring these installments out to the public. And this is just one of those. This was an excellent fight in terms of, if you watch what the Gypsy King did, he put on some people said a boxing clinic, as he just dominated Deontay Wilder from start to finish. He jumped on him early. That was something you could see. It startled Deontay Wilder when Tyson Fury, the bell rung, he ran at him and jumped on top of him. You could see it kind of threw Deontay Wilder off, because very few people do that tactic. They run right up to him knowing his power. And it was a huge fight in this one, man. And Fury scored a pair of knockdowns in this matchup with Deontay. One of them, actually, Deontay was slipping and tripping. One of them was a trip. One of them, he hit the floor several times in this one. He just didn't look good, man. And you could think a lot of that because of Sugar Hill, who's a nephew of the late great Emmanuel Stewart, who ran that Kronk gym. He added that power, added that aggressiveness to Tyson Fury. And he came in and they laid it down on Deontay Wilder. To me, you watched this fight at least several times. What was your thought process on them, on the Gypsy King taking it from Wilder?
Oh, yeah, he surprised me, because I thought Wilder would get him out of there before 10. But I guess he had something different on his mind. He's like, fuck that. It's the only way I'm going to win this one if I got to take him out. Because the last fight, I outboxed him, and you know what I'm saying, they made it a draw. So I was like, he said I had to take him out. So he came up with the perfect game plan, you know what I'm saying, with Emmanuel Stewart's people, showing him what he needed to do to expose the flaws of Deontay Wilder. I was like, you got to have, you know what I'm saying, Deontay Wilder got to add more to his arsenal. you can't just rely on that right hand, because if somebody take it from them, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? You gotta have a good jab, effective jab. You know what I'm saying? And be able to hook off that jab. You know what I'm saying? Hook to the body and the head. You know what I'm saying? To set up a right hand. You know what I'm saying? And be able to move backwards, which he couldn't do. So that's why Tyson Fury took the fight to him and backed him up. He can't fight backwards. You know what I'm saying? That's probably one of the flaws that his trainer that he hired was they would see this guy can't fight backing up. Go at him. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he did, man. I was like, Deontay Wilder didn't have no answers, man. You know what I'm saying? As a champion, you gotta prepare yourself all across the board, man. You know what I'm saying? The right hand and work, you got a left hook that's gonna knock him out. You know what I'm saying? Or you gonna outbox him. You gotta have answers. And he didn't have no answers, man. Tyson Fury just, you know what I'm saying, took the fight to him, and he did what he said he was gonna do. He said he was gonna knock him out. And that's what he did, man.
That he did, no doubt about it, too, man. And at the stoppage, Fury was leading on all three of the scorecards, you know, going into it. So it was out. The cards definitely reflected how the fight was headed, and his dominance was also reflected on CompuBox punch stats as well. I mean, he landed 82 punches versus Deontay's 34. He thrown 267 punches, but landed 82 of them. Wilder only 34 punches landed of 141 thrown. The difference is 31% versus 24%. Might not seem like a lot, but those extra point punches that Fury was landing on Wilder was just punishing him. And if you look at Fury landed 24 jabs out of 107 that he threw, Deontay 16 out of 86, with the percentage was 22-19. Then power punches landed. Tyson Fury landed a whopping 58 power punches out of 160 of them thrown, for 36% versus Deontay's 18 powers landed out of 55 thrown. So CompuBox punch stats have Fury running away with it as well. And if the statistics was enough, the eye test showed you that Fury wasn't playing no game. He took it to Wilder at every level in this fight. He took the belt from him in his first professional loss. Wilder looked absolutely discombobulated after getting punched in the ear. And then, of course, the really not sad part, but really distraught part about it with Wilder was the fact that his cornerman threw the towel in because he was getting whipped so bad. So you can imagine what Tyson Fury is going to say when the third fight comes around. So before we even get in there, I'm going to give you an opportunity to respond on that too, me. But first, let's listen to some post-fight analysis from the Deontay Wilder's team. Let's see what their thought process was, and also we're going to listen to some Tyson Fury after a great victory over Wilder.
Particular where he was leaning down and you appear to be having a conversation. Can you shed light into what that was, and was he suffering in between rounds? What exactly led you guys to stop the fight, throw the towel?
Here comes the new heavyweight champion of the world, Tyson Fury.
Yes, Tyson.
Mark, do you want to go ahead? Jake, do you want to answer that, or do you want to wait? Okay, we're going to wait.
Good. Hey, good. Hey, sugar. Yeah, I saw it.
Let's get the Frank out of the way.
All right, get off. Let Frank sit. Come here. Bring another chair here
We're
for.
going to put Tyson right here in the middle.
Hey, Frank.
Hold him up high. Were you not entertained? Okay. Whatever. Cheers.
The champ is here.
I'm busy. I got Jose Suleiman's tie on.
Oh, is that
Got a Gypsy
really?
King suit on.
And you're looking up at the green belt, the one belt that you've waited to get, that you've always wanted in your career.
This belt is the one that's evaded me over the years, and I've now finished off my collection, a big collection of every belt in boxing. Big shout out to my team, the promoters, everybody who believed in me. Big shout out to Bob Arum and Frank Warren for making this reality, a dream. We always had a dream of coming over to Las Vegas and taking over. And putting on great fights. And you know, tonight the world was watching Bob.
Yep.
and they got to see two undefeated heavyweight champions in their prime do battle.
That is true.
Deontay Wilder, let me tell you, he never went down easy. I've got a lump on the side of my temple here. I don't know what's happened with it. It's come right out. Hit me hard there. But I just had to overcome a lot in this thing tonight, and I just always believed that if he couldn't beat me when I was only 50% the man I am today, then he never had a chance tonight. Well, thank you very much for the opportunity, and can't wait for the next fight, the rematch, hopefully, if he wants it.
Okay, so I'm going to do a couple questions here and then open it up to the floor. You put Deontay Wilder down for only the second time in his professional career.
How many times did I put him down?
Well, you put him down twice, but he was down once in 2010. The first time coming in round 3. What was going through your mind at that point?
I was pretty pissed because I predicted round 2.
You sure did, and I held you to that.
Yeah. I'll take round 3. It was all right.
I take all the money because I predicted round 7.
He did. Go back and watch on Top Race YouTube. He must know something about boxing, but you stuck tried and true to the game plan, and that was to jump on him from the very start, and that's exactly what you did.
I said, we didn't mind revealing the game plan. No, we had nothing to hide.
Right.
I said what I was going to do, run across the ring to him, put him on the back foot, and unload big shots on him. And I know at 6'9" and 270 pounds, if I hit anybody, I'll knock them back out. I've never been the type of boxer to sit down on my punches and let fly. I've always been a slick master boxer. Jab, move, get out of the way of everything. When I made the decision to move from Ben Davison, who'd done a fantastic job, by the way, I'd done it for a reason. And everybody was like, this is a bad move, a really bad move. But, it worked out for the best. And I believed in Sugar Hill. I believed in the style that he teaches. And I knew that we'd get it right on the night. And we did everything that I did in the ring tonight. We practiced in the gym, setting up off the jab and landing the detonation right hand. And Deontay Wilder's a very tough guy. He took a lot of good rights. And I think they done the right thing because it was only a matter of time before he got severely hurt. He was very tired in there.
Yeah,
That's Tyson Fury, the heavyweight champion of the world. His thought process on what happened during the fight. Of course, he called the game plan. He did exactly what he said he was going to do, minus the second round knockout. Of course, he did it in the 7th. Knocked Deontay around several times, put his weight on him. He just tired him out, hit him, beat him up, just beat the hell out of him, to be honest with you. He was spitting blood up when they put water in his mouth. And then, of course, he hit him upside the head in his ear, probably busted his eardrum and stuff like that. So Tyson Fury really mussed him up pretty bad. To me, you heard what Tyson Fury said. What was your thoughts on the Gypsy King's analysis of what happened during the fight?
Oh, yeah. He put a lot of hurt on him, man. I see why the corner threw the towel in. They did the right thing by throwing the towel in. Cause he was, like I say, he was putting a lot of hurt. You see a lot of hurt on Wilder's face, but he kept trying to press for that knockout. He kept relying on that knockout. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have, like I said, you gotta have more than, you gotta have a game. You gotta have a plan B and a plan C, all the way up to Z. You know what I'm saying? When you come down to fight, man, it's like say you never know what can happen in there. What if we can't knock somebody out? What if a knockout don't come out? Like we talked before, man. You gotta put some rounds in the bank, man. So you know what I'm saying? I was like I say, Wilder gotta go back to the drawing board, man.
You got to go back to the drawing board, no doubt about it. To me, and the reason why he didn't have a post. He wasn't at the press conference after the fights because he was taken to the hospital, and that was broken by LA Times. And then JDS, his Wilder's trainers, did offer an update at the press conference. He said Deontay is doing well and he'll be back. He said he'll be all the better for it. He had a small cut inside his ear, it may have affected his equilibrium, so he's going to get a couple of stitches there. That's really the extent of it. And that appears to be what he was saying. A small cut in his ear produced such a heavy outpour of blood from his left ear. It was really terrible. It was bleeding all over him. And Tyson Fury really probably hit him with what appeared. He stuck him with a straight, right that might have busted his jaw. We don't know to the extent of it, but I was looking at some of the footage from the fight, and it just looked like it was a mean, nasty right that he stuck Deontay Wilder with, and Wilder was spitting up blood. He might have been, it was, I seen in the fight, so he was spitting out blood. from his mouth. His ear was leaking out blood. And of course, to me, you didn't like the fact that that Tyson Fury was licking his blood. Nobody made mention of that, by the way. Nobody, none of these media operations, none of them said anything about the really ridiculous and nasty ass way Tyson Fury was licking Deontay Wilder's blood in the ring.
Yeah, then he actually looked like he ready to bite into his shoulders, man. But he's like, oh, the cameras are watching. Like he's some type of reptilian or something, man. Then, you know what I'm saying, his height and his slope head. I was like, yo, that is, no normal people do some shit like that, man. Come on. That shit got to be talked about. Like, yo, can't overlook that. That's some nasty shit to do, man.
That was totally ridiculous, man.
Yeah, you licking this dude's blood, and then you had to look like you was ready to bite into his shoulder too. Like you was trying to, like he wanted to eat him or something. Like, nah, that shit ain't normal, man. You know what I'm saying? That shit is not normal.
We do recognize Tyson Fury as nutty. You did say that he is nutty.
Yeah, and then you look at his features too, man. That dude's weird looking, man. I'm saying he's weird looking. But the fact is, like Wilder, he got to go back to the drawing board, man. He got to add more to his arsenal, because if they was to fight a third time, he can do the same thing again, man. If he come with that same straight up and down 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, I'm like, come on, that ain't gonna work against this guy, man.
No doubt about it. Hold that thought, Eddie. We're gonna come back and we're gonna look at that preview of the third fight, because there's definitely gonna be a third fight. A lot of people coming out saying that Wilder shouldn't take the fight, but that's ridiculous. It's the same shit they said about Anthony Joshua against Andy Ruiz when he had to recapture his crown. Champions don't walk away from that like that. That's just stupid. You have to button down. It's a reason why you're a champion and a top contender in the world. You have something that those other guys don't have. But anyway, let's listen to Deontay Wilder in the ring after the fight was over, his thought process and what happened. Here we go.
I'm doing good. You know, things like this happen. The best man won tonight, but my trainer, my coach, my side, threw in the towel, and you know I'm ready to go out on my shield, man. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot of things going on coming into this fight, but it is what it is. You know, I was already, my leg was already coming in due to other little things. But, you know, I made no excuses tonight. I just wish that my corner would have let me win out on my shield. I'm a warrior, and that's what I do, you know what I'm saying? But he did what he did. There's no excuses, and we come back and be stronger.
They did something to protect you, which is their job, which is important. Now, how do you recover from something like what happened tonight?
I mean, even the greatest that lost and came back, you know what I'm saying? That's just part of it. And you just you take it for what it is, you know what I'm saying? I can't make no excuses tonight. Got a lot of complications. And like I said, we come back even stronger the next time around. You know, this is what big time boxing is all about. The best must fight the best. I just appreciate all the fans that came out tonight and support the show. And I hope everybody goes back home and get back home safely.
Thank you very much, Deontay. We wish you the best, and we'll speak to the champion momentarily. I hope all
That's words from Deontay Wilder at the end of the fight. He wanted to go out on the shield, but the look at Deontay Wilder, the beaten and battered and bruised Deontay Wilder. I mean, face puffy, both eyes puffy, left cheek puffy, blood in his mouth, like something like it's a cut in his mouth, bleeding, ear still blood on it, blood on his body. Absolutely just Tyson Fury, and the only blood Tyson Fury had was the blood from Deontay Wilder on his body, in which they eventually cleaned off, and of course the blood that he licked off of his body as well. So it's just absolutely insane. That it was a good fight, but really weird situation that nobody was talking about is the fact that he was licking blood off of Deontay Wilder like a snake. His tongue even snapped out and filled like a snake's tongue, like a serpent's tongue. Very, very unsettling. But anyway, despite that weirdness, Tyson Fury claims the belt by whooping Deontay Wilder's ass in the ring. He said, I wish that my corner would have let me go out on my shield. I'm a warrior. That's what I do. He would ultimately got knocked out, man. They seen it coming.
Or worse.
Yeah, he right.
Or it could have been a lot worse.
Right.
If they would have let it go on, he could have got killed in there,
He
man.
could have got, because Tyson Fury was unloading on him. He had absolutely no defense to stop him. He wasn't even throwing that much to keep him off him. And like I said, if you look at him, he was out of gas. He was tired. He really didn't have a damn thing to him in the fight, and he just have to come back later on in the year and fight this fight. Now, we played earlier. You heard the press conference with Tyson Fury. The new champion said to Deontay Wilder, that if he wants an opportunity to fight again, he'll grant him that, because Tyson Fury is 100% confident, and he's always been, truth be told, that he'll be able to take care of Deontay Wilder once again. He now feels like he has the keys to the bus to how to defeat Deontay Wilder, and it appears that he does. To mean, if a third fight happens here, what must Deontay Wilder do? Because Tyson Fury has shown the world how to beat him. Come to him, like you said, keep him fighting backwards. He couldn't set up that punch. And even when he hit Tyson Fury with several really good punches from that power punch, it didn't have an effect. He started the fight off and hit him with it. And Tyson Fury kept coming at him, kept marching him back, kept putting his weight on him. So at the end of the day, it was a very, very good fight in which Tyson Fury was just dominant. And I'm pretty sure that he'll give him an opportunity later on this year to fight for that belt again, but he has absolutely no qualms about it. He feels like he has the keys to the bus, how to beat Deontay Wilder, no doubt about it. And also, just from a mental standpoint, could you imagine all the shit that Tyson Fury is going to talk to Deontay Wilder in the third fight, how he dropped him several times in the ring, how he busted him up, made him look bad, showed that he's a master boxer and too slick for you, and all this. I could hear most of the chatter from Tyson Fury. It's gonna be relentless, man. But he would say shit like, I forced your corner to throw in the towel for you because you knew they saved you, because I would have killed you in there. All that kind of stuff. You get Tyson Fury saying that type of shit. But anyway, going forward, what are your thought process on what Deontay Wilder has to do if he can reclaim his belt? Because Tyson Fury might just be the dude that he might not get it back. What's your thought on that?
Yeah, it looks like that. Like I said, if he can't fight backing up, if he don't learn how to do that and be able to hook off his jab and throw a left hook, hook off the jab and be able to hook to the body to set up a right hand, going backwards, going forward, moving side to side, add more to his arsenal, man. If not, the same thing gonna happen again, man. That's the bottom line. The same thing gonna happen again. He can't come in there with that, looking to land that one bomb. Keep, try to run to the bank with just that. Ain't gonna be able to cash out all the time, man. But if you had a good jab, an effective jab, you can pile up points with a jab and win a decision. But if you keep relying on that one punch, that ain't gonna cut it. So you need to leave the Gypsy King or the Reptilian King. They need to leave him alone. If he ain't gonna get all that together, you better leave that Reptilian King alone, man.
That's the thing, though. We know Deontay Wilder's a warrior. He's going to come back pissed off. He's going to try to do everything he can to try to at least get even with them, get his belt back. And that's the thing. That's the thing moving ahead. He really got his ass whooped in this fight. Tyson Fury put some pain on him. So when he comes back, he's going to be upset. But Tyson Fury, after the first fight, said that he came to the epiphany of how to beat Deontay Wilder in the 12th round of the first fight. Then proceeded, by his own volition, to change cornermen, change trainers, and go to the Crunk gym and get Emmanuel Stewart's relative to come out Sugar Hill to be the trainer, and told him what he wanted to do. And he went in there and dominated. Do Deontay Wilder, in your opinion, who's been with Jay Diaz and the training crew that he's had for a very long time, does he do what Tyson Fury do? Does he change his style or whatever he had, in terms of, I don't know if he could change his style, because he's been doing this for most of his career, and he ran into a guy that is a superior boxer who could withstand his power, and when he had nothing else, that right hand wouldn't equate. He had nothing else to go to. What's the philosophy? How can he change because we've never seen him do too much of nothing else besides power punch these guys down. How does Deontay Wilder, did he change trainers? Does he change technique strategies? Is it because currently anything that he has is not good enough to eclipse the beat the Gypsy King? The Gypsy King is in better shape now. His confidence is on another level. He's a champion now. So, and he's he's going to be even more highly confident. He's going to be talking crap to Deontay Wilder. He's got the mental advantage if he ain't had it before. So what is, I mean, seriously here, this is almost seeming insurmountable. How does Deontay Wilder do it? I mean, does he switch trainers? Does he switch techniques? Even though he's an older boxer and we haven't seen him box more. I mean, how could a simple puncher who has limited boxing ability beat a slick boxer, like Tyson Fury, who's super confident?
Yeah, you need to hire somebody that he'll listen to. That, you know what I'm saying? Somebody that knows what he needs and how to do it. Like one of them throwback fighters that, you know what I'm saying, was trained by them throwback trainers and got all the knowledge and wisdom from them throwback trainers from back in the day to show him how to up his game up. You know what I'm saying? Add more to his arsenal. And somebody that he's going to definitely follow instruction, because usually when the person that's fighting is the boss, but when it comes to the trainer, what the trainer say, do, you do. You know what I'm saying? He needs somebody like that's going to enforce, like, look, I know what you need. I'm on the outside looking in. You know what I'm saying? I see stuff that you don't see, and this is what you need to do. And he got to be able to follow instruction, man. If he can't do that, like I said, it ain't gonna be no more improvement. He's pretty much set. What he likes to do is, you know what I'm saying, knock people out, which ain't a bad thing, but you ain't gonna always get that knockout. You gotta have something else. Like I said, you gotta have more to your arsenal, man. So you need somebody that's gonna be like, okay, you need to do this. We're gonna train this way. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be prepared all around the board in case that knockout don't come. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to make the adjustment and be able to box to victory instead of just looking for that one blow. So you gotta have more than, you know, so you gotta have more. You need somebody that's gonna, like probably Buddy McGirt or Teddy Atlas. He'd be like, look, Teddy Atlas don't take no shit, man. He'd be like, look, you gonna do what I tell you to do. I'm walking. You know what I'm saying? I'll sit down. I'll go back to the damn dressing room if you ain't gonna listen to what I got to say. And you need somebody that's, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna get him focused, man. You know what I'm saying? Focus on the stuff that he needs to do with all his physical, using all his physical attributes, his height and reach, and, you know what I'm saying, hook off the jab, you know what I'm saying, be able to back up, move side to side, be up on his toes if you have to. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Throw that, keep that effective jab. You know what I'm saying? Be able to back a person up with the jab. You know what I'm saying? That's what you need.
That's going to be interesting to see because Deontay Wilder, and I've heard previous interviews, but that's before he got this his ass whooping this fight, about him changing up trainers or whatnot. He don't have to totally change up trainers. You can probably add a trainer or somebody, but something has to be done. He can't go back until the third installment of this series against Tyson Fury the way that he had, because truth be told, Tyson, though he won the first bout, and he dominated in the second half. So what will he do in the third fight? I mean, he told him before, it's nothing you can do against me. And he's felt his power. He's used to his power, and it appears that he's risen to a level where Deontay Wilder might not be able to follow. But this is interesting, man. We'll have to monitor this going forward as Deontay Wilder broke down the story. He went to the hospital, had a small cut in his ear. Didn't make mention of the fact that he had any injuries to the inside of his mouth. To me and Eddie, it appeared like his jaw was busted, but we'll find out later as the reports come out, and we'll update you later on. But thank you for joining us on Ring King's Boxing World for the true fight fan. Our Fury destroys Wilder in the rematch. Excellent commentary from me, from my boy Too Mean Johnson and his crew. So I'd like to thank y'all for joining us. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share the show on your social media. From me and Too Mean, thank you for joining us. Peace.
Peace.
You're now listening to the Ring Kings Boxing on the PRO Media Network.
What's up, sports world? The PRO Media Network is on a mission to reach 10,000 subscribers. So besides our regular programs like the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys, the Pelican Post Game Report, and others, if you enjoy our content, please donate at our Patreon page. Also subscribe, comment, and share. And help the PRO Media Network reach 10,000 subs. Peace.
TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, and even the top-flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all